Gemini, welcome to Super Windy Saturdays, my friends. You're first up today, so congratulations. It's my pleasure and honor to read for your highest good and your highest outcome, so welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I have several decks out here, and I don't know where we're going exactly. Actually, you know what? I think what we're going to do is we're going to kick off the reading with the Baroque Tarot, which you've seen before. It's beautiful. It's kind of a lovely Rider-Waite variant. And then we'll clarify with something else. I don't know what yet. I kind of feel like probably everyday tarot will be the clarifier, which is kind of a simple little mini deck, purple and gold. You may have seen it before. I don't remember. But anyway, that's irrelevant, Gemini. Let's get into it here. So happy you're here. And yeah, what does Gemini need to know about current energies? We're kicking it off with the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, Wheel of Fortune, opportunity. We've got Justice, Libra energy, and we have the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords. Okay. Underlying the deck is the Fool. I find that really fascinating. This feels like a new... in the mind's eye, it feels like kind of throwing everything up in the air and wanting to take a chance on something. It's not exactly the Fool energy in the traditional sense of like a new beginning and tons of optimism. It feels like taking a chance on something, like a real gamble. With the Wheel of Fortune, it's almost like I'm picturing like a roulette wheel, you know? A gamble of some kind. Trying to make something right. Trying to make something right that's really been bothering you for a long time. Yeah, it kind of feels like that. It's like wanting to take a gamble on something and wanting to make something right. But it's been something that's bothered you for a long time. And I don't know... obviously, I don't know what that is, but... Gemini, it's something that's maybe been even a theme in your dreams. You know how our human body works with the subconscious, and how the dream state can bring up things and bring them to the surface to be worked on. There's aspects of your shadow that are kind of calling to be worked on at this time, and I think it's been something that you've probably been made aware of in your dream state in some level. So I don't know if you've had dreams relating to, an ex-relationship partner. You know what I mean by that. An ex, or even family members. Something that needs to be sort of rectified in some way. And I feel like for whatever reason, this, if it were to be making contact, it's just sort of, it's a little bit of a gamble, a little bit volatile, like with the Fool card. It just feels... I don't know, it feels a little, there'd be some reluctance to do that, because maybe there was some hostility about that, and maybe just you weren't meant to speak to them ever again, whatever, I don't know exactly. Take it as it resonates, Gemini, but let's get some clarification for you here, regarding the Wheel of Fortune. Regarding the Wheel of Fortune, what does Gemini need to know about the Wheel of Fortune? All right, we're kicking it off with the Six of Pentacles. It's kind of, again, this is sort of an equilibrium thing, or a justice, right? Bringing balance to something. A recompense of some kind. Gemini. Energies can be reversed, Gemini. This could be somebody else as well. If you're not resonating with the idea of feeling like you need to make some sort of contact or amends, it could be somebody else in that position, by the way. So, also, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So you can always check your Moon, Rising, and Venus signs if this isn't your story. Okay? You know the drill. You know the drill. You're in Tarot land. Anyway, we have the Six of Pentacles. We've got the Sun. The Sun, obviously a card of celebration. There's a desire to make things right and to bring things to light too. The Sun, I mean, being our major light in this experience we're in. And we have the Page of Wands. It's a desire for spiritual healing. Yeah, it's a desire for healing. The Page of Wands is a messenger wanting to reignite something with somebody, but it's one singular wand again. It's the Ace of Wands. There's a purity behind the motivation, so there is some healing there. Underlying the deck is the Eight of Cups. So yeah, there was a situation that had been walked away from or abandoned or has come to an end, and I feel like there's some communication that wants to be I don't know why it wants to come back around. I guess it is retrograding season. Mercury retrograde in particular, of course, that's the obvious one that we always talk about. Mercury is ruler of communication. So there's a lot of that kind of thing going on, but there's many planets retrograding right now. I think there's 6. And then Mars is about to, so it's going to be a full 7 planets retrograding at the same time. It's not a common. This is a very rare occurrence. So there's big energy in the air right now, Gemini. But let's get some clarification on justice for you. All right, Gemini. What does Gemini need to know about justice? One more shuffle. All right. Regarding justice, we have the Ace of Wands. Now, I just talked about this with the Page of Wands and how they have the one singular wand. There's an Ace of Wands, a new passion, right? That could be, yeah, let's keep going. We have the Seven of Cups. Options. These are options in the mind's eye. There's choices that need to be made. And we have the Chariot. This is Cancer energy. This is also an energy of a kind of a course correction. You or the other person in this situation really want to allow Spirit to sort of to course correct something that's gone off course, that doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel just, and it doesn't feel balanced, and it wants to be brought into balance. Two of Pentacles underlies the deck, and this is really a card recognizing and acknowledging that need for change. Things come back into balance when the situation is when they're not juggling anymore. It's a card indicating change, but also indicating change in a positive way. This looks very positive, definitely. I think that I think there's definitely one thing I see there with the Chariot and the Seven of Cups together. It's like you do have options available to you, or they do. I think that there is options that are better choices than others. In fact, we'll go ahead and look at it real quick here. The Seven of Cups, each cup has like a different thing in it, There's a person, a snake, a crown, a diamond representing wealth, an olive branch, a dragon. There's certain choices that might be more favorable than others. The olive branch, it may appear to be an olive branch for that matter, and it could be something a little more complicated than that. It could be a snake, so you got to be mindful. With the Ace of Wands there, that newfound passion, if this is a past romantic partner, there's going to be energy in it, and you need to be very, very mindful of that. Because I do think that Spirit has got something in mind, in a sense. Not in the sense that you really do have autonomy in this life. You're a co-creator of your reality. So I'm not saying you need to subjugate yourself to an authority. I'm saying what's genuinely in your heart of hearts for this outcome to be is much closer to probably what spirit has for you, but that's only if you're honest with what's in your, that's only honesty if you're looking at your heart of hearts. Sometimes we tend to put that aside because we want the because we want what we want, and that could be because of other programming or other trauma. So I mean, this person, if this is a romantic partner situation that you're hoping would come back around, or they are, the motivation might not actually be very pure. You know, it's like, do you want a home cooked meal or do you want a frozen TV dinner that was cooked in the microwave? You know, like, there's one may pacify your hunger in a more immediate sense, or your thirst, but it's not ultimately as nourishing to the soul. There is a right choice here, though. Two of Cups is underlying the deck. Love, you know, romantic partnership here. That is significant. That is. I do think that this is meant to. This is interesting. I don't know, Gemini. I guess I'm going to leave it at that, because I just kind of gave a little speech on that. Obviously, love is love and attraction and all that. It's a dangerous game in a sense. Like, we go through it. We go through a lot of pain, and at the end of the day, it's worth it, but that doesn't mean you should be foolish about it either. So I don't know. We'll just move on here. Let's get more clarification, and ultimately, Gemini, you'll know what to do when the time is right regarding this. But we have the Nine of Swords that we're clarifying. Excuse me. With looks like we've got all three cards here. Seven of Wands. This is a card of defensiveness. You can see it very clearly. The wand is lit, and they're kind of warding off these other wands. There's defensiveness here, okay? You know, it could be that somebody defending their actions, in a sense. We have the Nine of Pentacles. This is a card of self-investment, enjoying the fruits of your labor, investing in yourself, but also security. There's financial security in this as well. There's an energy of confidence within oneself as an individual, too. It's kind of it can be associated with singleness, but it's really about being peaceful and happy within that singleness, okay? So we've got some of that there. I feel like either you or the other person is kind of minding their own business, in a sense, prior to this energy, because you're happy, you know, content within oneself, and enjoying life. Let me put it that way. The Seven of Wands could be an indication of rejecting this energy of this thing coming in, because you are happy, or they are happy, right? There may not be a super great response to this necessarily. Depends. Okay. We do have the Devil here as well. This is Capricorn energy, Gemini, but also, of course, it's the Devil. It's can oftentimes really be associated with an inability to let go of something. It's interesting to me the way that this card sort of mirrors the Lover's card, in that we do have the man and the woman there, kind of united, but they're not really. They're united by a common bond, but it's not a healthy bond. It's more of an imprisoning bond, right? Take that one as it resonates. There could be an unhealthy attachment here. And then underlying the deck is the Eight of Wands, which is that rapid communication coming in. I like this, how they have the two doves on there. It's an olive branch, like we talked about earlier, ironically. Shocker that there would be so many coincidences in this situation, but it's communication trying to bring peace, but there's resistance to it. And that's probably for a reason, Gemini. I think obviously your specific situation, you would know better than I why that may be. So I think we're going to go ahead and get into the outcome here, Gemini, and I'm debating. Okay. I think we're going to go with Magic Seer, so I'm actually going to use a third deck for the outcome. It's, again, basic Rider. There is a Seven of Wands on the bottom right now, which is kind of interesting, that defensiveness. There's, it can be associated with bravery as well, by the way, the Seven of Wands, or valor. Hermetic Tarot calls it Lord of Valor. So there is an aspect of that to be aware of in this situation. It may be a very, well, it is. It'd take a lot of courage to come back around to say that you want to make amends to somebody, you know, in a situation like that, if there was pain in the past. But it's important to mind that very carefully. You know, if somebody's coming towards you, it's certainly okay to forgive and move forward. And as a matter of fact, I would do that regardless of whether they came forward or not. Little side note here from me is that forgiving somebody before they ever come forward is the best way, because it won't be so sticky. When they come forward, you can say, yeah, great, you know, water under the bridge. Bye. You can detach early, you can heal early, so that when they come back around, and it gives you the opportunity to, first of all, not open a wound again that's already, if it's fully healed, it won't reopen, you know. If it's still in process, you can damage it, you know, if you remove the Band-Aid too early. And that said, if they come to you, you know, looking for some form of healing, it also puts you in a position that maybe you could actually offer them some healing, you know, for their sake. It puts you in a position to be very, very loving and generous, actually, without reopening the wound. So, I don't know. That's a side tangent, I guess. Forgiving people who've wronged you before they ever offer an apology is a great idea. It just makes for a much happier life, in my opinion. Anyway, let's get into your outcome here. We're kicking it off with the Hierophant. Okay, this is Taurian energy, also an energy of authority figures, institutions, things like that. So I don't know what that means yet. We have the Seven of Wands. Okay. And we've got the Six of Swords. Moving away from from conflict into calmer waters. This is about conflicts coming to an end. Underlying the deck here is the Ten of Wands, which is, this is a massive burden that's being released, Gemini. It's a massive burden that's being released, and I think my coincidentally my little rant there before we got into the outcome kind of applies. This may be the outcome that would serve you best. You have a choice, of course, as a co-creator of your reality, to do whatever you like, but releasing that burden is sort of that act of forgiveness, and this is all about peace. You know, moving into calmer waters here, of course. It may be that forgiveness is the way to release that burden and move forward. I think kind of two options there, right? Or you can resist it too. You can definitely resist it as well. And I guess what I'm wondering here with this Hierophant card, it's being that it represents institutions, this could be regarding even an ex-spouse or somebody you were married to. Also,
I found this on the web.
Wow, isn't that fun? I found something on the web. Thank you for that. I was also going to say, it may be wise to seek advice from somebody that you trust. You know, so if you are seeing, you know, some kind of mental health, why am I saying it so PC? If you're seeing like a therapist, which is great, by the way, no shame in that, you may want to talk to them about it. And, you know, if you've got a sensation that somebody's coming back around here and you don't know what to do about it, then maybe talk to somebody you trust, okay? Or a spiritual leader in your life, you know, pastor, whatever you may be into. Maybe worth talking to them as well, Gemini. So, Gemini, overall, I'd say you have choices to make here. You know, it's truly up in the air. Whatever this is, it's truly up in the air. And I think in the context of somebody coming towards you, the choice is yours. I think probably the correct choice would be to simply forgive and move on. I don't know that I'd enter back into the thing. You know, and then if the story is reversed, if the energy is reversed and this is your energy coming towards somebody, all I can really say is best of luck. I don't know what may occur, but if you feel the need to be brave and to also attempt to heal the situation, then I think that's very commendable, and just be ready to accept whatever the outcome may be. I mean, like we saw with the Fool and the Wheel of Fortune, it's you know, something of a gamble. We really can't control what other people do. So, Gemini, that's what I have for you. Thank you so much for being here. If this resonated and you're not subscribed, of course, please consider subscribing and hitting the like button if you liked it, of course. Check out your moon rising in Venus as well, if you'd like. You don't have to, but if you'd like to, I'd be honored. So thank you so much, Gemini. I will see you next time around. Take care.